Welcome to Board Game Breakdown. I'm Christopher Solomon. In these burst videos, I'll be doing an overview of a game, touching on setup, gameplay, and thoughts in just under 3 minutes. If you'd rather have a more in-depth video, please use this link to see our full video on this game. Today we're looking at the zoo building game Ark Nova. 3 minutes is on the timer. Let's do this. Ark Nova is part engine builder, part race to see which player can build the zoo with the most appeal while also supporting conservation projects. Players will do this by choosing from 5 different actions on each turn, using an action deck of cards that has a nice rondel mechanism. Before we get into that, let's run through the setup quickly. Setup centers around the 3 boards. One is the main board, where the trackers, appeal, conservation, and reputation are placed, as well as the 6 zoo cards in the market. This board also holds the break track and break token. Secondly, there is the association board. You'll place out the zoo partner chits and the research chits. Then, depending on player count, a specific amount of base conservation projects are laid out below the board. Lastly, each player has an individual zoo board where they place their 4 workers, one being available at the beginning of the game, as well as the starting $25. Each player is dealt 8 zoo cards, of which they keep 4, and 2 final scoring cards. The market cards are flipped and the game is ready to be played. On a turn, a player will choose an action from the 5 action cards. The slot it sits in determines the power it will operate at. As a player uses the card, it moves to the far left, and everything else slides to the right. The longer you wait to take an action, the more powerful it will become. So let's look at the 5 actions. The actions consist of animals, placing animal cards into your tableau, building enclosures to hold the animals or utilizing special enclosures to fill up your map, cards, allowing you to draw cards from the deck or from the market depending on reputation, sponsors, to play sponsor cards from your hand that enable extra abilities or scoring opportunities, and lastly, association, letting you move workers onto the association board, triggering actions such as grabbing a partner zoo token, which enables playing animal cards at a discount, or backing conservation projects. As the game progresses, a player's appeal will increase with the more animals they place in their zoo. This appeal will translate to more income every time a break occurs. Certain actions trigger the break token to move up the tracker, and when it hits the end, workers come back to their zoos and funds are given out. As conservation projects are backed, the conservation track increases as well. Eventually, these 2 tracker tokens will meet or even pass, triggering the end of the game. Ark Nova has been a blast as both a solitaire and multiplayer game. It's heavier than your average game, and most 2-player plays have taken me around 2 hours to complete, so keep that in mind when purchasing. But if you're looking for a heavier game and the action selection mechanism interests you, I highly recommend you check out Ark Nova. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe.